2020, year of clarity, change, character, all the C's. For me, it was definitely pretty life transforming and continues to be. And what's fascinating is my book, I released 11/11/2019. I'm like, I gotta get it out. I had some publishers considering me, and I'm like, no. I need to get it out now. And I didn't know why. I just knew there was something happening in 2020 that was going to be a shift for people. Wow. And for me, it supported me in getting to a whole new job. I used to work on one-on-one people only, and I still do occasionally. And it's funny because through this pandemic, people really needed support. They needed, the uplifting, supportive, healing meditation. And I started getting invited to doing all these energy healing meditations for companies and even schools and universities last year, which was amazing because I had never considered doing it at the group level and taking in all the information that was channeled and funneled through me as I'm supporting them. And once I realized I could do that, I'm talking to a couple people, and in a 1 week period of time, I had 3 people tell me, Bethany, have you considered not only just working on like the employees of the company, but working on the souls of the company? Light bulb moment, things come in threes. And what's even more fascinating is, remember my energetic shaman executive coach from Google? He used to tell me, Bethany, companies should hire you to be their lucky charm. I'm like, what? Yeah, like you should just be sitting on the board and get paid to be their lucky charm because you create opportunity and results where nobody else can. I'm like, okay, sounds awesome. Sign me up. How are you gonna get that opportunity? Well, after this happened, and even though that was placed as an idea 7 years ago or 6 years ago, I was like, okay, well, who would be open to energy healing their business? Well, sure enough, one guy read my book. Next thing you know, he shut down $1 million opportunity and brought in some more same week. And it was hard for him to say no to an opportunity. But because of this book that I had put out there, it created a space to feel safe in knowing what his truth was. And for me, having these 3 people, apparently that was the safety I needed to start elevating my game and working with the masses of a company. And so I thought to myself, who would even be open to this? I mean, I feel like there's definitely some people like Salesforce that would be super open because they're very spiritual and bring in like the Deepak Chopra and everything. And I just kept coming back to this one name, and I'm like, okay, this would be so awkward. I haven't talked to him in 7 years, and it was about something completely different. And then I decided, hey, if his name keeps popping up, there's a reason. And I'm like, well, he does probably know other CEOs if it isn't meant for him. So I reached out, and he was so game. In fact, he was so game, he met all the criteria I had written down. Talk about manifesting with ease. All the criteria that I had written down about the type of person I wanted to work with. Because one of the statements I wrote was someone that basically was willing to go and work with Tony Robbins executive programs. And sure enough, he's like on the phone. He's like, the only thing I haven't done is the Tony Robbins program. I'm like, oh my goodness. If the stars were to align now. So we started working together, and in 2 months, doubled the sales. We're talking 8 million to 16 million in 2 months. And within 4 months, he was up to 20 million a month. So this stuff works. Numbers don't lie. And that was just like the amazing part. There was still the phenomenal aspect of the employees shifting to a higher vibration of joy. There was the part about manifesting a building when he's like, oh my gosh, we don't have enough space. I'm like, no big deal. Poof, space. I think it was in 2 days or 72 hours, something like that. He's like, oh my goodness, this is so easy with you. Yeah. And to think I needed 4 different people to tell me this is what you should be doing, Bethany. Hey, 2020 brings some clarity for me. So, what kind of transition and clarity have you gone through in this past year? And how is it supporting you in elevating your game? I'm here if you have any questions.